Remember, the caterpillar does not just wake up and become a butterfly. It goes through a process. Growth is a process. This is a process we have had to go through in the last 15 years to get here. This is the RIL story. Corporate organizations are usually established as going concerns, entities that are expected to continue almost in perpetuity, surviving, growing, and expanding ad infinitum. Sadly, many businesses fail or are failing to attain this goal. Business failure knows no national, racial, tribal, or cultural boundaries. And that's a fact. I am eternally grateful to God that over the years, we at Resource Intermediaries Limited have created a respectable brand, becoming a leading voice in Nigeria in the drive to establish rules of engagement and best practices in running an indigenous enterprise successfully. I recall a discussion with one of my colleagues who was wondering what there was to celebrate about our business at 15 years. Well, in his informed opinion, we should wait till we are 50 years old. And yes, I know it takes about 40 years for you to build a legacy business. Now, while I look forward to being alive in the next 35 years, when our business will be 50, the average lifespan of most companies globally, taking into account acquisitions, mergers, and bankruptcy, is about 10 years. Yes, just 10 years. In Nigeria, it's actually much shorter. We have gone on to establish a business in Ghana with our Ghanaian partners, set up the Bunker co-work spaces with training facilities in those spaces also, the Bunker Cafe facilities in Lekki, Yaba, Abuja, and Ibadan. We have set up Nimbler delivery services and Sabina e-learning platform, all in 15 years, the last two through the COVID years. So, oh yes, it's up to celebrate RIL at 15. Looking back now, it's instructive to say here that we did not make a profit until the 5th year. Note that I said profit, not to talk of even breaking even. That took many more years. Yes, it did. So the bulk of the growth highlighted previously have occurred only in the last few years of our 15 years. Prior to that, there was great pain and yes, some beautiful moments too, thanks to God. I have learned to acknowledge the pain while concurrently focusing on the beauty around me. That is what has kept me through this 15 years. Behind every service, product, and solution that we offer and have offered and will be offering, there's a story. There's a story. A story about a group of talented, dedicated individuals working tirelessly, hours and end as a team to develop, deliver, and support unique products and services efficiently and cost-effectively. These are my people. Over the years, I am privileged to have played a role in so many of these stories. Stories which we are currently revisiting as we celebrate a very special time in our organization's history, our 15th anniversary. While the business landscape in Nigeria is riddled with thorns and holes amidst a land of plenty and opportunity, one major challenge that makes many businesses collapse, in my view, is the lack of organizational structure, followed by a failure to recognize the greatest asset of any organization, its people. 15 years is a long time for a business, especially in Nigeria. What has sustained our business is our people. Yes, our people. And that is not a cliche. I have some of the most amazing, committed, loyal, and creative staff any MD CEO can ask for. The second dimension of our people is our diverse board of directors, made up of people in strategy, consulting, legal services, medicine, and architecture. These variables bring such critical diversity to bear on our strategic thinking, which in turn provides clear guidelines and scope for management to work with. This is the RIL story. Our people focus has been the foundation through which we consciously developed through the years the RIL culture. Our culture can be defined in two words: freedom and responsibility, which encourages staff to exercise their initiative freely while taking responsibility for their actions. This has seen us using blunders as learning tools rather than punishment, with great benefits to the organization over the years. We keep on learning. Unfortunately, some of those that helped to initiate this culture of quality are long gone, but those that joined continue to enhance the value created. And I thank them all, past and current staff. Any organization that truly seeks to grow must understand the demography of its staff and use the knowledge to review its communication and align its operations periodically. We embark in such reviews and alignment every 2 years. So it's like blood transfusion every 2 years into the business. When I reflect on the last 15 years, one question I ask myself is, how did we get here? We were relatively unknown, both RIL and indeed the pioneer staff. We had way fewer resources than big companies we were competing with in the market, some of which are multinationals. The only answer I can think of is, it has all been by God's grace. And that too is not a cliche. I must confess that several events and situations arose on our journey that made me question our vision severally through the last 15 years. It is important to stress that while some doubted the need to care for staff, including those we deploy to various organizations on an outsourced basis, we recognize early that our people are our greatest assets. And we continue to be transparent and accessible till today for all of our staff. While others doubted that this would be sustainable as a business model, we were forming lasting relationships, one staff at a time. Clearly, our staff have played a great role in actualizing the RIL vision, and they continue to do so till today. Our Resource Intermediaries Limited byline says it all. People management is at the heart of all we do. Easing business burdens is why we do it. This is the RIL story at 15.